Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the ML Scholar and today we have another new video. And yes, I am finally back once again. As you all know that I had exams going on and I was taking a little bit of a break from YouTube for 1 week or so. But now I am done with my exams and like I promised, I'm back with another video. Now my exams ended on Saturday, but I had a video prepared for you guys, but as I was editing that video, I realized that it was not up to par with what I usually make videos up to. It was like made very hastily and stuff, and it was really long. So while editing, I realized this video is not fit for YouTube basically. So I have decided to refilm that entire video. That's why it took so long to come out. Now I am filming 2 videos today and hopefully both of them will be up by today or tomorrow. That is, today is Tuesday or tomorrow is Wednesday. That all depends upon the time that I have. Now you have to remember, even though my exams are finished right now, I still have college right now. So yeah. So I'm trying my best to get all of the news and updates to you guys. And yes, I am, as you know, back into the game and I'm ready to make more videos for you guys. Now there is a lot to cover. Now I'm trying to incorporate all of those into 3 videos. Now the first video will be about Nisael. That was the new upcoming race monster. As you all know, he's Samael'S brother and the storyline is quite interesting as well. And the second video will be about the new nature elite monster that is coming to the game. And the third one will be about the general news updates and about the events that are coming to Monster Legends and also about the new War Master rotation. Now, I'm not going to say any more than that about the new War Master rotation, and yeah, that's it for that. Now, let's jump right back into today's video. Now, before I begin my analysis, I would just like to give you a quick calendar preview about what's going on, what's going to come, and when will this race begin. So Monday has already passed. We are right on Tuesday. So on Tuesday we have the last day of the festive dome maze. I have already, if in case any one of you wanted to know, that I have already obtained Thundir. Now I got him from the limited time path and I think he is amazing at rank 0 as well. I have some maze coins collected as well. So I will be trying my best in order to get as many of his cells as possible, but I have been slacking in my maze coin collections recently because a lot of pressure and a lot of exams, etc., as you all know. So I am glad I did manage to get him, and now we have an amazing monster coming as well in the gloomy dome maze, that is Santerion. Now Santerion, if you did not know, I will be making a video about that as well. So I will be making actually 4 videos. Now Santerion, if you did not know, is a Megaton Forsaken monster. He is phenomenal and he gains very amazing traits as he is ranked up. Now all of the monsters that we are seeing in the Forsaken category have unbelievably good traits, and even if you rank them up, their traits are unbelievable, and that is the case with Nisael as well, as you will come to know later on in the video. Now that's done with Tuesday. We have Rociuko's Tales Progressive going on. Again, I have been slacking in that as well because obviously exams and all, and they've just started as well. So I am a little bit back into the game and I'm trying to, settle back into the game as well. Then we have Xmas Top Monsters Breeding Event, which is also coming down here. And then we have the Dungeon 2, which will be ending today. I did manage to complete all the 2 dungeons of Christmas and managed to get 60 cells of Kronxene Guard, and I'm planning also to do a full 100 or as many gift boxes as I can collect opening video all at once. So stay tuned for that as well. I haven't even opened one of my gifts and I'm pretty excited about that. Imagine if we get something decent out of those boxes. I have seen some opening videos and none of the people I have seen have gotten anything good. They have gotten legendary monster cells, and they've bought a lot of food as well, some relic chests, but nothing like the super mutant 10 runes. I really hope that I get one, but that's out of the question, I know, because that's a very low chance. Then we have Wednesday, that is Gloomy Dome Maze, that will be starting. The Gloomy Maze Dome will be starting, and we'll have a mini challenge for Sun Cookie. And then we have the Christmas Top Monsters breeding continuing onwards till Saturday. So now that's out of the way. We'll be having the Christmas Dungeons 3 starting, which will again then continue onwards throughout the week. Then on Thursday, we'll have the same things again, but this time we'll be having the mini challenge of Krampus. So if you did not have Krampus and want him for the Christmas book, same for Sun Cookie. If you did not have Sun Cookie and want him for the Christmas book, this is your chance to get them and complete those books and get those awesome rewards for completing that book. Now Friday is the same as Thursday, I believe, except for the Krampus challenge. Then Saturday is the same as Friday. Then for Sunday, we will be having New Year's breeding event, and the New Year's breeding event I'll be talking about in the, my other video, which is the general news video. I just want to go over the calendar right now. And now for next week, we have Samael'S Bastion team marathon. Now this is again a marathon right after Krabby Droid's marathon, because the monsters that are being given to us are Forsaken monsters, and they have phenomenal trait and phenomenal skills, especially this one. If you have this monster at rank 4, I can guarantee you a spot in Legendary for League, provided you have decent rules. This monster is just simply that great. He has great synergy with all the other monsters, and he is very usable, and his trait is literally the best trait that I have seen in the game. Wow, I am surprised, I'm at a loss for words for his trait, but that's it for the news for this week, and a little bit of sneak peek for next week as well. Now this team race, team marathon, whatever you want to call it, will be starting on January the 2nd of 2020, so one day after the new year. So yeah, buckle in, get those gems in, join a better team, and now this is your chance to get this monster. Do not waste it. Now this is your only chance to get this monster, because if you do not get him now, you won't be able to access future events with this monster cells being available. Now that that's out of the way, let's just go get in and let's just jump into what you have all been waiting for, which is the analysis itself. So let's jump right in. So we have Nisael's moveset. So the very first move that I see is False Gods. Removes positive status effects from one enemy, deals moderate dark damage to one enemy. And this move is not that great, so the moves that are not that great, I won't be spending too much time on them, so I'll just skip ahead very quickly, and we'll just say that this move is not great. We'll have to move on, because there are a lot of his skills, and I do not want this video to be over 20 minutes long. The next move we have is Necromantic Army. Resurrects all allies with 50% life, applies a damage boost and evasion to all allies. Now there are very few monsters that revive your teammates during battle, and some of the notable ones are obviously Metalicia, Samael, Rimlad. Now the only one out of the 3 that I've mentioned apply another effect as well as resurrecting your ally. For example, Rimlad can revive, give evasion, and regeneration. Now this move will resurrect your allies with 50% life, apply a damage boost, and then apply evasion as well. So imagine if this monster resurrected your main attacker, and now your main attacker has all of those level 10 runes, level 10 attack runes, and is ready to kill. He even has a 50% life, and he even has evasion, and on top of that he has a damage boost. This is a must-have skill. Then we have Touch the Heretic, deals moderate special damage to one enemy. Nothing too special about that. Moving on, we have Half Death, removes 50% of total life and stamina from one enemy, requires cooldown. Now when a support monster has these kind of skills, these skills are phenomenal. Now this skill is quite like the War Master Ragnarok's Death Door. Now that move takes away 75% of the life, but this move will take away only 50% of the life. But that is again amazing move, because his other moves remove other percentages of life. For example, this removes 50%, the other move will remove 30% of life from the enemy, like the move that is coming downwards, Infection Plague. But imagine removing 50% of life from the Megaton attacker, Megaton monster on the enemy team, and then your attacker can go in and finish the job. You just got rid of one of the monsters who was proving to be very troublesome in the game. This is another very good skill, and you could consider running this. Then we have deals low special damage to one enemy, that is Samael's brother. Now if you did not know, this monster is actually Samael's brother. Now what happened, if you do not know Samael's backstory, was Samael became a nemesis because General Nishan killed his brother. Now we have the other half of the story, General Nishan killed his brother, then he managed to craft him back and bring him back to life, but he cast an evil spell or something, and this monster became evil. And the reason that Samael isn't fighting against him is because it is his brother, or he is fierce. The story is really amazing, and you should go read on that. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that as well. Then, as I was saying, we had another move called Infection Plague. Removes 30% of total life from one enemy, applies stamina leak and daze to one enemy. So this is another very good skill, but that removes 30% of the total life from one enemy. Again, these kind of moves are really good against Megaton monsters and monsters with the taunt trait as well. that bring all of the attacks to themselves and can prove really, really annoying during battle, especially if there are area dodge monsters and you can't really hit them with the AoEs. So yeah, that's it now for that move. And this has another advantage as well, that is applies stamina leak and daze as well. Then we have Warrior Nisael, resurrects one ally with 50% life, applies evasion to one ally, applies double damage to one ally, gives one extra turn as well. Now the reason that I love this move and that I would consider not running the above move that resurrects two of your allies but instead resurrects one, because you do not need resurrection that often. But if you did, you will be able to use this single move and resurrect the ally with 50% life, number one, also give evasion, and then apply double damage. Now, if that ally is your attacker, which generally have very, very low life stat, this will come in very handy. And instead of the 50% damage boost, now you have 100% damage boost, and this will most likely get rid of all of the enemy monsters, especially in the late game where most of the monsters are dead or about to die or have a small portion of their life available. So yeah, this is another very great move. Then we have Disease Dissemination, deals mortal dark damage to all enemies, applies daze to all enemies, and all enemies will die after 3 turns. Another phenomenal move, but I would not recommend running this simply because a lot of monsters like Samael, if you wanted to take him into consideration, and a lot of other monsters have area remove negative effects from all of the ally team, and I would not recommend running this simply because the 3-turn death cooldown as well as the daze can be removed very, very easily, and then the mortal dark damage wouldn't do too much because you won't obviously be having strength runes on this monster. And that brings me to another topic that I yet forgot to talk about, which was the trade and also the rune setup. Now the runes that I would recommend for this monster are definitely 3 team speeds or 2 team speed, 1 speed, or all speed, because this monster can really use the speed. And another fact is that this monster is a Forsaken monster, number 1, so he will have a phenomenal speed stat regardless. And yes, support monsters tend to have very, very good speeds as well, so definitely run speed or team speed on this monster. Now, as for the trade setup, I think at rank 0 he has Bulwark, then at rank 2 or rank 3 he has Anticipation, and then he has a area random negative debuff caster. Like when the battle starts, all of the enemies will have a random negative status effect cast upon them, which is an amazing trade, but that will unlock at the very last at rank 5 or rank 4, I'm not really sure. But I will be discussing the trait later at length if I decide to make a part 2 of this video, but I think I usually don't do part 2s. The only time I think I did part 2 was at Yedra and Ursus, but those weren't that, like, what should I say? They weren't that informative, simply because, all of the skills and the movesets were already revealed. But I guess part 2s are important because you have the stats at that time and you also have the relics at that time. Now, the reason I'm doing this from Discord is because an official skill sheet has not been made available yet. So if that is out, if you guys want me to mention it down in the comments, I will make it, or I could just simply post that sheet down in the comments for you guys to read if you want to, as soon as it is here. So now that that's cleared, we have Nisael's army. Now this move confirms what I already said. A lot of monsters have removed all negative status effects from all allies, applies stamina regeneration to all allies, removes positive status effects from all enemies. Now, this is a move that you should definitely consider running. Now, removes all negative status effects, as you all know, very, very important, considering in this era you are being hit with everything from everywhere, from curse to nightmares to nanowires to total damage reduction to freeze to mega stun to stun. You know it all, right? So a clearing negative status effect will be very, very important. And then we have positive status effects like area dodge and immune to control and all of those status caster, double stamina, blah, blah, blah. As you all know, so clearing those positive status effects will be very important, and especially the one positive status effect that I hate the most is Megaton. Now, if you can remove that Megaton, that would be pretty awesome. But this brings me to one of the topics that I should not be talking about, but I'm still talking about it because the other monster that is coming up in the Gloomy Doom is Santerion. Now, this monster will not have the Megaton status caster. Like, he won't status cast Megaton, he will just have Megaton as a trait. So that means that it cannot be removed by remove all negative positive status effects from all enemies. So that's another phenomenal monster. I will be making a video on him very, very soon, so be sure to be on a lookout for him as well. Now that that's out of the way, we have Pain Outbreak, removes positive status effects from one enemy and then from all enemies, applies guard down to all enemies, removes 20% of total life from all enemies. Now, Nisael's army, Pain Outbreak, oh my god, now I am confused as to which move should I recommend. Either I recommend Nisael's army because it creates all of the negative status effects and removes the positive status effects, but this move is special simply because this will counter the monsters with the stupid area dodge trait. I hate that trait, point blank. Now, area dodge, as you all know, is very good trait. Now, this move will remove 20% of the life from that area dodge monster, number one, and this will remove that positive status effects. Now, this move, what it does is, it acts one time, then it acts another time. So it will act as a single target move once, then it will act as a team AoE removal again. So this is very good as well. All of the positive status effect will be removed, number one. Number two, we will have a 20% total life reduction from all enemies as well. So just because of that, I think I would rather use Pain Outbreak than Nisael's army. Then we have Nishin's Puppet, deals moderate dark damage to one enemy, nothing good about that as well. Then we have Purger Army, removes all negative status effects from all allies, applies guard down, hater, and precision to all allies, requires cooldown. Now, I would not recommend running this skill. Now, the moveset I would recommend will be coming at the very end, but that's besides the point right now. Now, the reason that this monster has other skills as well, because his skills will be unlocking as you get him at a higher rank. So this monster will have a skills group 4, and the best of those skills will obviously be in skills group 4. Then we have Necropotence, removes 30% stamina from one enemy, removes positive status effects from all enemies, applies stamina leak to all enemies will die after 3 turns, requires cooldown. Now, this move has the potential to be great. I think this will be in skills group 3 or skills group 2, but simply because there's a better move. We have discussed a better move about this one previously, and this is just a combination of those, but I would not run this skill if I had the choice. Then we have Fatal Fate, deals moderate dark damage to one enemy. The enemy will die after 3 turns. Nothing too great about that. Then you have Plague Spreader, removes 30% of total life from all enemies, applies stamina leak and daze to all enemies, requires cooldown. Another phenomenal percentage life removal. Now, this I'm loving those percentage removal skills because sometimes you just need to remove a specific amount of damage and you just need to get rid of those stupid Megataunt and area dodge monsters. Now, this won't get rid of those area dodge monsters because it is an AoE, but it can surely be proved very useful in countering those area dodge monsters, especially not area dodge monsters, those Megataunt monsters, especially if the Megataunt can't be removed, because it will no longer be a positive status effect on Santerion, as I just discussed prior. So this will come in very handy. Then we have its special, the removes Nisael's Job, removes positive status effects from one enemy twice. 100% chance of defeating one enemy immediately. Nothing too great about this special. That special is good, but this is just like Isel's special. He just removes, he just kills off one enemy. But I would rather prefer a move that could deny the entire team, or that could just point blank remove all of the enemy team and kill them instantly. But nevertheless, this special is not important because there's only a 3% chance of running into that skill. But yeah, now that these skills are all over, now the moveset, presuming that you have unlocked all of his skills, you have this monster at rank 4, would definitely be number 1, use Half Death, removes 50% total life from one enemy, requires cooldown. I would definitely recommend running. Then I would have, removes 30%, what's that? Yeah, resurrects one ally with 30% life, Warrior Nisael. That is another amazing skill. That's 2. Then we have Pain Outbreak, removes positive status effects from one enemy and then from all enemies, applies guard down, removes 20% total life from all the enemies. Definitely run that skill. That's 3. And then we have a choice. Basically, you could either go for removing a percentage of life, that is Plague Spreader, or you could just counter the enemies with, a 3-turn death cooldown, or you could just go for a removes all negative status effects from all allies if you want a more of a supportive build. I would personally go for Purger Army simply because it removes all of my negative status effects and applies guard down, hater, and precision to all allies. And that precision can sometimes come in very handy, especially with monsters with the Bulwark trait, with the Tough trait. So that's it for Nisael. Now, if you did not know, I did mention this in the video previously as well, that this monster race, that is the Samael'S Bastion team race, will begin on January the 2nd, 2020. Now, I would like to end this video on a very positive note. Thank you all for showing me so much love, so much support, and for staying with me and bearing with my hiatus time and time again, because I need some times off and I just want to take a break from it all, because sometimes studies get too much for me. And thanks for sticking with me, and thank you for making my Rociuko video reach 1,000 views plus, and I am so happy about that. You have no idea. These kinds of things encourage me to come back and make as many videos as I can for you guys. Thank you for all the love, thank you for all the comments, thank you for all of your opinions, thank you for all of your advice, how to promote my channel and how I should have more views and more subscribers. Thank you for making my dreams come true, as I would like to say. I love you all. See you in the next one. Remember, I have lots of videos to make for you guys. Please continue liking those videos and subscribing to my channel, and if you had the chance, please to share my video. I would like to wish you all a very good evening, good morning, whatever it is for you guys, and bye bye.